It's Aloha Sunday, chee, no swim, bike, or run day, yeehaw, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, St. George, Utah, 'cause it's breakfast with Bob.
Thank you, Poncho Man. Welcome back to Breakfast with Bob, St. George edition. This is our World Championship edition. My name is Bob Babbitt. Brought to you by Master Spa, Zions Bank, Quintana Roo, Form Smart Swim Goggles, Clash Endurance Premium Plus Sports, and our Challenged Athletes Foundation. She's a 2019 Ironman World Champion, now a two-time Ironman World Champion, bronze medalist, Annie Haug. How you doing, Annie? How you feeling?
Oh, yeah, I'm a bit sore, but happy sore.
Happy sore.
Happy sore.
That was a tough day.
It was really tough. It was brutal, to be honest.
Was it really?
Yeah, but we expected it to be. I mean, we saw the race course and we saw it would be a long and brutal day, but the expectations were fulfilled, I would say.
And it's funny because you started the bike in 54:47 swim, 4:52:54 bike, 2:56. That's the 15 fastest run overall. 2:56. I know you weren't happy with it, but overall, that's for men and women. That's a great run. 8:47:03. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I was surprised about the fast times, to be honest, because I thought we would maybe do a 9:30 Ironman. So I was pretty impressed how quick it was. But the wind was not too strong today, yesterday. So I think it's all depends on the wind.
Yes, and 25. You started the bike in 9th, but you moved up 25 miles, 8th place, 39 miles, 7th and 6th and 5th. Were you with the same group? What was happening out there on the bike?
To be honest, I felt like I was completely alone. I mean, I swam in the group. I was very happy with that. And then I slipped in the transition. And then I don't know what I've done in my first transition because I was out with Daniella and Kat and with all these girls. And when I jumped on my bike, everyone was gone and I was completely alone. I said, okay, that will be a lonely day. So I moved my way up. But I think it was the right thing to do because I think I would have blown up if I went with Daniella and Kat. So maybe it was a good thing to get into my rhythm and make the ride on my own because you have to race really smart on that course. If you
really do.
Burn too much energy before, then it will be a really, really long day in the office.
And then you were 4th behind Lisa Norden, Kat Matthews, Daniela Reef. 9.8 miles, you're into 3rd, and you were at 13.1 miles, you're 2.5 minutes down. And we're like, okay, she's going to get Kat. And then at 20 miles, 2 minutes. And then by 24, it was 3 minutes.
Yeah, it made a big bang after the half marathon, to be honest. Yeah, I really wanted to have this podium spot, and I felt so tired after the bike ride, and I said, how can I even run a marathon?
Yes.
And I recovered okay until take 10, and at 10, and then in Matthews Park you have to go all the way up, and it was a brutal hill. I mean, it was literally 5 Ks.
Yes.
And it goes steeper and steeper and steeper, and I thought, oh God, and that a second time. So after half marathon, I was literally done, and I was just hoping to see the finish line. So I'm very happy with my 3rd place because it was just everything I had in the tank yesterday, and if you can say that, you have to be happy with all the places, with the place you have. And I mean, Daniela was just unbelievably strong, and Kat as well. So these two are deserved 1st and 2nd, and I'm very pleased with my 3rd place.
Well, you should be. You've never been off the podium at an Ironman World Championship, right? 3rd,
I haven't done so many yet.
But 3. But actually, it's funny. I was looking back at a quote. It's like, after 2018, you were 3rd. I wanted to come here to learn. I'm a rookie, and I think Kona is very extreme. You have to learn, and I definitely didn't expect to get 3rd. So you surprised yourself the first time when you got that 3rd. And after you got that 3rd, did you start thinking, well, if I'm on the podium, why look up at anybody? I could win coming back. Or did you surprise yourself the following year too?
Of course, you have more expectations if you've been there and did in your first Ironman or 3rd place. Your expectations are bigger, obviously. But in that year, I was injured for so long, so I couldn't run for half a year because I had really bad injuries before my victory. So I was just on the start line and had to surprise myself again because I didn't have any expectation because of this bad injuries I had before. So, but the road to a World Championship is never smooth. I mean, everyone is training on the edge, and then be top fit or top shit is a really fine line, you know.
That is a great line. That is a great line. How was your training leading into this? Was obviously for Kona 2019, it was not very smooth.
Yeah.
Was it better for this?
It was better than, definitely better than from 2019, but I had a bit up and downs, and it was a bit of rough road as well because I tried something new with the altitude camp, and
it was too high for you.
yeah, it was a bit too high, and I struggled a bit with injury as well. So it wasn't really smooth, but I don't want to complain. It's like I think if you ask every athlete, it's never a smooth road to a world championship because you just squeeze everything out of your body, and then injuries happen. That's the way it is. Yeah.
What's the rest of the season look like for you?
So the next thing will definitely be Challenge Roth, my home race, and then preparing for Hawaii. So that's the main two goals, and maybe I will squeeze in a few other races depending on my training or what fits. Yeah.
But you're one of those people who loves to race.
I love to challenge myself. I mean, I'm very happy with just training as well, but you need the races to see what's possible, you know. And I really hate the pre-race nerves. So that if you would cut the day before race, that would be amazing. And racing, I really like, because that's the only opportunity you have to really see what you're capable of, and where you have to put all your cards on the table and see how good you are compared to all the others and what you have to work for. And now we know what's the weak points, and hope that I can improve for Hawaii and do a better job there.
So when you were dealing with your injuries leading into 2019, were there points? What was the lowest point for you? Were there points where you're going, gosh, is this ever going to get better?
Yeah, definitely, because I struggled with my plantar fascia, and it was like maybe 3 months, and then we had a scan, and then there was a tear in my plantar fascia. And then I really had a long way to recover. And 1 week I was back in training. I had a stress fracture in my tibia, and the whole thing started again. And it was it's a never-ending nightmare. But it's high performance sport. You know, you don't always surf on the top. You have the lows as well. And the challenge is to always bounce back. And I think you learn a lot about yourself and about your desire for sport, and are you really willing to put all the effort inside? I mean, it's a nice challenge for yourself as well to really see if you're burning for the sport still after all the years. And I can still say I love my sport, and whatever happens, I try to bounce back. And that's a good thing to know.
So I think a lot of people were thinking after 2019, when Daniella did not do well at the Ironman World Championship, people were thinking, oh, she's done. And I don't think she's done.
Definitely not. Never underestimate an angry bird. She said yesterday in the press conference. And she's an outstanding athlete, maybe one of the greatest we have in triathlon history. So you can't write her off. I mean, she will always bounce back if she's really willing to put the effort in. And she was really on fire yesterday. I saw it in the press conference before that she's fit and she looks strong, and she's really willing to give it all, and she was the absolute deserved winner yesterday. So
we'll have hopefully Lucy and yourself and Daniella and Kat. It's going to be crazy. Laura or Philippe. It's going to be, the women's field is going to be unbelievable in Kona. Yeah, it's crazy, and it's nice to see that even the women's field gets closer and closer and closer. So it's a really, really great competition. You have to be at your absolute best game to grab a spot on the podium. So that's a big motivation for me, because you can't just be like you are. You always have to improve, and that's a good thing. And it will be a very interesting Hawaii. Yes, it will. And we know you'll be in the mix no matter what. I hope so. I give my best at least. I love it. Please give it up for Annie Haug. Third place, her second third place Ironman World Championship. This is Championship Edition. Pancho Man, take us out. It's Aloha Sunday, no swim, bike, or run day, yay! St. George, Utah, 'cause it's breakfast with Bob. Yeehaw! Pancho Man, thanks everybody for tuning in. Hold on, we will be right back.